Dave and Jay versus the world.
Nice.
Oh, my fault. I thought.
Fuck.
Welcome to Dave and Jay versus the world. Thank you for tuning in to this week's spooky edition of DJVW. Before we get into that, though, I would like to give a couple of shout-outs. For those of you who can remember when my wife had a little bit of an incident, she had those episodes, we had to go to the hospital. We still don't have a diagnosis for it yet, but two good buddies of mine, shout out to Pete of Memes of Reality and Nathan of Drawn from the Mind. He's actually done artwork for us.
I love that dude.
Yeah, he's a real good buddy of mine, longtime friend. I met them both through doing my old podcast, and they're both members of the Comedy Content Collective. And these boys took it upon themselves to hunt down some CBD products and have them sent to my apartment. So the other day a package showed up, and I'm talking to my wife on the phone.
2 kilos of cocaine.
2 kilos of cocaine to really just kind of take the edge off. You know what I mean?
If there's anything that's going to relieve your anxiety, it's definitely cocaine.
She's been a little aggressive, and she's been cleaning really rapidly.
Hasn't eaten in 4 days.
The house looks great. She keeps hitting me, though. But no, they gave us some CBD products from Charlotte's Web, which, as far as I'm concerned,
I love Charlotte's Web. I use them.
That's a big company that's associated. Like their name is really synonymous with CBD products.
Yeah, I like Charlotte's Web. Shout out to them too. They make a good product.
Yeah.
I get it from the place I get my cryotherapy done. They have like a whole setup there.
Okay.
Yeah, they're a really good product, man. I've been using them since actually I started using CBD. Actually, that was the first company that I was.
How did you hear about them? Because I remember hearing about them through like a documentary, I think.
Stephanie turned me on to him. She was like, when I went for my cryo session, that she also got some CBD from them at the, I can't think of the cryo place. It's over there in like Kenilworth.
Okay.
But yeah, they had like a whole display and stuff like that. And Stephanie kind of got me onto them, and I tried them, and I've been like, I've been using them for a long time. I use them, and I use another company called Caress out of Vermont.
Okay.
It's really good.
I know I've heard the name before, but we got some roll-ons, like a lavender roll-on, some gummies, and also some drops. And the first day she took them, she told me that like she had this thing that was going on with her head. The only way she could describe it was like having a fog in her head ever since, because she never really bounced back 100%. And
I can tell you exactly what that is.
What do you mean?
From the homework that I've been doing the last couple of days, it's sleep paralysis.
Sleep paralysis. It could be sleep paralysis. But
we'll get to that later.
I want to say thank you so much to those guys, to Pete and Nathan, because to even try to delve into like, I don't know much about CBD, and to suddenly be pressed to like do this homework and try to figure it out and what company to go to, what exactly I'm looking for, and just to have a starting point. Like if she likes these products, we know where we can go now. And we can just kind of, I almost said re-up, and that's that's not a good.
You re-up on your CBD yet, bro?
Re-up on my CBD products.
No, but I re-up on my weed.
Yeah, well, just thank you so much, guys, because it means a lot. It's one thing to help a brother out, but to go out of your way to help my wife is, love you guys. Thank you so much for that.
Seriously, guys, really cool, man.
That was awesome.
Also, I want to give a shout out to a full 8-episode listener, weekly listener. Happy birthday to our boy Tristan.
Happy birthday, brother.
At Lionheart MMA. He's been a sparring partner of mine and a friend since he pretty much stepped in there. I've broken his nose, and he broke my heart. And I miss you, Tristan. Shout out to him. And also, she makes our audio engineer happy, but she also makes candles.
That smell great.
She makes candles. Krista, shout out to our girl Krista at She Makes Candles. We're going to put all these links in the YouTube thing.
Yes.
So you can check all these people out. And hey, everybody, support the fucking community. Okay?
That's right.
Support local. Support your friends.
It's a beautiful thing.
All right?
Especially in these dire times of COVID and riots and protests and alien disclosure. Support your local businesses.
And also shout out to Josh, my brother. He's got a YouTube channel coming out, Fast Food Face Off. It's good. I'm in the intro, so you know it's going to be good. You know it's at least going to be good looking, because he's a straight dime.
The two of you, a couple of now I don't know what's going on, because Pops isn't easy on the eyes.
Really? I think he looks like Bruce Willis.
I don't know if he looks like. I think everybody thinks their dad is a little bit more handsome than he is.
Hey, look, granted, doesn't got a lot of teeth left, but
Not
what
a-
he does got is piercing blue eyes. Beautiful,
does.
piercing blue
He
eyes.
does. He looked into my soul, and I was shook.
He looks like if Michael Keaton and Bruce Willis had a baby.
Now
But
you're
that
getting a little
baby
crazy.
never grew teeth.
You're getting a little crazy. I don't know. The apple fell pretty far from the tree on this one. You
Well,
boys are handsome. Couple of studs.
Yeah, I got the buns. That's from the squats.
Got
He,
a set of cheeks on you.
in the 80s, I don't think he ever deadlifted or did a back
No.
squat.
He's got real thin legs.
All about the chest and
Yeah.
chest and
He's got the
arms.
legs of Gumby's horse. What's Gumby's horse's name? That
Oh
fucking.
my God.
You know what I'm talking about? Quick
Yeah,
Clop
yeah.
or whatever the hell. He's got those legs going on. But yeah.
Yeah, so shout out to Josh. Go check him out at Fast Food Face Off. And once again, support your fucking friends because
right.
this is how community works, everybody.
That's right. You make friends. It's all about the relationships. But with all that stuff to the side, let's get into the week, bud. How was your week?
It was pretty awesome, actually. I went to the beach yesterday. I got about tattooing and beach are a lot alike for me. I got about 2 hours in me, and that's where I'm like, all right, I don't want to be out here anymore. You know, we got out early, so we beat like a lot of traffic. We left at like 7:30 or something.
Where'd you go?
Like that. We went to I forgot what the name.
You don't remember what Belmar,
No,
Bradley?
No, it wasn't there.
No?
No, it was a nice, quiet, like little like. I think it started possibly with an M. I don't know.
Oh, Manasquan?
I think it might have been
Manasquan is really nice. They have a small boardwalk.
Yeah.
But the beach is really clean and the water's nice.
Yeah,
and
that
it's-
was it. Oh,
and it's
dude.
old Victorians are all over that area before you get into the little beach town.
that was it.
Yeah.
So we went there. I spent a pretty good time in the water considering I'm very afraid of sharks.
Are you?
Dude, I get in there and I'll like go jump in for and then I come running
Run back out?
and I just run out because I'm like
My family put the first street lamp up in Manasquan. My great great grandmother was allegedly now
I heard she was a median.
no that's my regular grandma.
Okay.
My great grandmother was now coming from a liar myself, coming from a family tree of liars,
full of liars.
They could be lying to me. But my
Definitely.
grandmother was allegedly a self-made millionaire.
That sounds like a lie, dude.
It does sound like we put the first street lamp up in Manasquan.
It sounds like something that's possible, but definitely a lie.
It sounds like something somebody else
Like,
did, and
you're
they
not
co-opted
gonna-
it, and
you're-
then told me that we
You're
did
not
it.
gonna believe me, Dave, but your great grandfather laid the first stone in the cobblestone road that
Well-
was the parkway.
Well, we are responsible for the first street lamp.
You're
in-
welcome for the illumination.
That's right. That's right. We bring you light, as does God. So do the McNicky bloodline. That's my.
See, I don't even. That doesn't-
McNicky. That sounds like a made up word.
That sounds
too.
like a fucking
I know,
fake
it does.
last name.
But it's funny that you went there because my family still has Main Street property down the street from the beach, and I love that beach. I think it's kind of.
It just you seem like you come from a successful bloodline, and I just can't help that maybe it skipped a generation.
Now, something happened along the lines where
I'm
all of a
just
sudden
saying.
mental illness creeped in and a bunch of wonky shit happened. But I'm here to pick up the ball and run.
You got Grandma McNicky and Uncle
Uncle Mac. Uncle Mac is
that
McNicky.
man. You know,
he doesn't sound like
and
that.
you're over here with a leopard shirt on,
Oh.
which I'm sure they'd be disappointed
Yeah,
in.
yeah, they would be. They probably
And,
would be.
and I don't
Uncle
know.
Mac was kind of a flamboyant character though, with this
So
big
wait a
beard. And he
second.
drove an old hot rod and
His
he played
name,
soul.
his name was Mac McNicky.
Well, no. I called him Uncle Mac because people called him Mac.
Mac McNicky over here.
because Mac Nicky, so I call him Uncle Mac. But yeah, he was a flamboyant character, and I think he wouldn't appreciate the direction that I aimed my flamboyancy, but I think he's still got to respect game. Game recognized game,
like,
and I think that it doesn't sound like that.
I don't
though.
like that barrel.
That's not what he sounded like. All right, my uncle did not sound like Louis or whoever the fuck that guy is, and we haven't bothered to research at all.
This is your uncle.
That's not. Anyway, man. But yeah, it's a nice little beach. So is that all you ended up doing? You did a little beach time?
Did a little beach time. I've been balls deep in watching this thing about autistic people trying to fall in love this morning
We
with
weren't
Stephanie.
supposed to talk about that, all right?
Oh
because
my
we were
God.
supposed to be sensitive to the autistic community.
I am. I want them to find love, and it's hard for them because their social graces aren't quite there. But they could solve a fucking Rubik's Cube in like 20 seconds.
That's not winning them any mates. Is that what you're saying?
It's not getting them any pussy, but they're, dude, the one
savants.
guy. Yeah, they're savants. The one guy started with like Rubik's Cubes and puzzles, and now he started doing like playing pool. So now he's just shooting the fucking eyes out of the pool. Dude, he literally just cleared the table 3 times.
Because he sees the geometry, he sees all the lines.
He just smoked these guys at the bar, but then he was freaking out, and he's kind of one of the guys that don't look you in the eye and shit like that, So, but he's got a girl, and his girl, she's on the spectrum too, but she's high functioning. Not even a nickel. Not even a nickel, bro. She's about 30 cents, 33 cents.
No.
But he ain't, easy on the eyes either. But
so
he does look like a gray. He's tall and skinny, and he's fucking.
Oh no! See, now this is where Jay tries to say that he thinks that's the
evolutionary chain is taking us in that direction.
I don't
Dave.
know. I don't know about. I think that's one too many Rogan episodes where he talks about how we're all going to lose our muscles and our features, and so
all
then you're a remnant of the old world.
Autistic people. What?
You're a remnant of the old world. If that's where we're going, then you're obsolete.
Sure. Well, I am. I'm a muscular. I'm like a gladiator, and there's not a lot of us left around.
Right. Me. You. Right. I mean, the list is real short. I get it.
No, just me.
No,
not you.
I don't like how you're not including me.
I didn't even say.
Listen, we do a show together. This is all about inclusivity, right? I'm very strong, very muscular.
You're a little guy, and you could climb, so you would have been more like a spider monkey to my chimpanzee.
Spider-Man is
also being on the beach the other day. I was like looking around.
A lot of people.
It was a pretty good amount of people, but what I've noticed is how fucking heavily tattooed I am next to like an average person, and that I kind of felt for a second there a little bit like a circus freak.
Yeah?
Where I was like,
yeah, but it's cool. Look, you're like a cool circus freak.
I'm like a fucking walking billboard.
Yeah, you are. For roosters and anchors and,
how I get
What's
down,
up with the rooster? What drove you to the rooster? I fucking love that tattoo. Like, it's so well done.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Joe Madden who did this to me. He was a good dude, and now he's dead.
Okay, what's up with you,
and
Jay?
And that is the segue into our sleep paralysis.
Hold on a second. I had a week too, Jay. I had things that I did.
Okay, well, I didn't really care about it.
I started a new job.
Shit,
that's
good for
right.
you.
Shout out to Crazy House Customs.
Shout out to Crazy House Customs.
I now work at a fab and mechanic shop that does custom work for big fucking trucks.
Leveled up in life?
Yeah, leveled up in life.
Nice,
and I just kind of took a chance and went in that direction, and the place is cool. And I get to work with one of my good buddies. I mean, just to paint a picture of what the vibe is like, not yesterday, today's Sunday. On Thursday I joked around about Fridays being Hawaiian Shirt Fridays. And everybody said, that's a fucking great idea. We should do it. Your boy went out to Target, because I got that paper.
They're thinking already, this is an idea, man, we got here.
Yeah, that's right. This guy is going somewhere. If we just follow his lead, we can be super
Hawaiian
successful.
shirts, next thing, millionaires. That's the way it works.
Your boy goes to Target, Target.
That's a stupid
Stop
idea.
now. Don't speak from the...
I'm just saying, your uncle...
Your as the disembodied voice of my deceased uncle.
That's a stupid idea.
No, that's not what he would say at all.
Most
all right,
definitely.
He would be proud of me rather for going in that direction. This is super disrespectful. Now listen to me, man. So your boy went to Target, spent a little bit of money because I got that paper now, right? Because I'm moving up in life. Your boy's doing well.
Amen.
Grabbed a couple of Hawaiian shirts.
A new pack of socks for the boys.
I that's weird because I've been on a sock kick. Did I tell you that or something?
No, I just...
Dude.
I spend pretty good amount of time with you now. I know what you're feeling when you're feeling.
My sock game is strong as fuck.
Yeah.
I've been buying a lot of socks. It's a underappreciated article of clothing.
Oh, dude, I don't have one matching pair.
Yeah,
I know.
I've seen it there.
I don't got one goddamn matching pair of fucking
now we
socks.
could do a whole podcast on socks. That's a whole nother can of worms. But we got to move on from that. Now, what I'm telling you is I got these shirts.
We're talking about ghosts.
We're talking about ghosts soon. Now, I got these shirts and I bought them back in the next day. I walk in, I toss my buddy. Shout out to Keith Sheldon, one of my best friends, longtime buddy, and he's now actually my boss.
Call him Shelly?
I don't call him Shelly. I actually call him Nub because he's missing a finger.
I'd call him Shelly.
He got it.
Shout out to my boy Shelly, if you're listening.
He got it
Shell Bell
smashed off as a child with an axe.
Of course.
It was a dull axe, so it was smashed off.
That's
trauma.
That would fuck me up for forever,
He's
dude.
not doing all right. Every time he wears
That's
gloves,
like the worst thing you could do is cut finger off like the fucking Yakuza.
could smash it off with an axe. It wasn't even a sharp one. And when he wears work gloves and he makes a fist, the one always sticks up because there's no finger in it.
Yeah.
So everybody is constantly feeling offended.
Yeah.
By my boy Nub for flipping him off, but it's not. He can't help it. He just
Yeah, it's Nubby.
just-
What are you gonna do?
he just pops back up. That's how I met him. I called him Nubby.
I would get a pair of customs where, like, you know, you just kind of cut that piece off.
Well, he's got a suction finger, a suction cup finger.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't wear it though. He's got two. He's got one for when it's winter.
and he's the other one from when he's finger banging.
No, that one's a little.
Oh, okay. That was got a vibrator
That's
on
what I'm
it.
saying. That would be pretty slick, but instead he's just got one that's slightly
Goes on a
darker.
date. He's like, hold on one second. Let me just pop this one in.
It's the other one is slightly darker for the summertime. You know?
No,
Gotta
that
have
makes sense.
Different tones.
Yeah.
But he never wears
also-
them. I've never seen him.
Your boy's getting nice and bronze. You've noticed?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're looking slick. I mean, you're catching up maybe a little bit.
I feel like I'm darker.
No, we're not
We-
going to
we
go
gotta
through this
post
again,
this
all right?
again.
Talk about beating a dead horse. I'm darker, Jay, and it's just there's certain things you got to accept. And
That's your
move
Apache
on.
blood.
That is my Apache blood. Less than 1%. Thank you, Ancestry.com.
David
Not
Windwalker
to be confused
Kadoba.
with Ancestry.com. Now, I walked in that day. I threw him his Hawaiian shirt, and I walked into my boy blasting doo-wop music.
Oh, dude, I love 50s doo-wop.
So we're
Frankie
just
Lyman.
killing it, dude.
How's
I
your
mean,
boy?
Hawaiian shirts, grinding metal, welding, bending shit,
Four
fabricating.
Tops, The Temptations.
It
Dude,
was
I
a
like
lot
that
of
shit.
fun.
Yeah.
And this
That's
is
my
the little,
jam.
and I'll move on from this, but what I do want to say is, at one point I went and I talked to, I don't know, if she's almost like the HR lady or whatever, and she thanked me. She was like, I just want to thank you because, you know, we actually had a meeting recently.
Excuse me, hold on, Dave. I
ahead.
just want you to read what that says right there. That's a playlist that I made, so everybody knows I'm not
Which
lying.
one? Do-wop-de-doo.
Do-wop-de-doo playlist. Holla at your boy.
My boy's never told a lie. That's real shit right there.
I told you I love
Big
that
facts.
shit. Yeah,
Big
I'm a
facts.
big fan.
But she thanked me for my positive attitude, and she loved the Hawaiian shirt. She loved the music and everything. And she said that they just had a meeting on, you know, needing more positivity. But it's just nice to go someplace and be thanked for behaving the way that I naturally want to behave and previously haven't been able to. Like, all my jobs are like, no doo-wop music,
It's
no Hawaiian
hard.
shirts.
It's hard to get to a job that appreciates you because it's most of the workforce is almost like an assembly line because not a
Yeah.
lot of people stay, man. I'm coming up on my job 4 years.
Wow,
I've been with that job.
congratulations.
And then prior to that, I was with the other company for 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really what I want to do is find the spot where you, I mean, the goal is to find the spot where you can land, retire, and that's,
I mean, also be happy, not be fucking miserable.
you want to be at least content. I
there
don't
is
know
a
about
lot
there's
of-
happiness, but
Well,
but
I think I
I'm
may
pretty
have found
happy
it.
at my job.
Yeah, well, you do
4
very
on,
well
3
at your
off.
job.
Holla at your boy.
And the reason you do very well at your job is, one, because your boy slings rotors like nobody slings rotors,
Keeps me in shape, bro.
right? But the other thing is you're very personable, and the people that you communicate with, they enjoy you, and so that's got to bring you a certain level of joy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I look forward to seeing these people on a monthly basis. Like every time
Right.
I go, I'm like, oh, there's this guy. He likes that. Once in a while, I'll bring him like a bottle of booze or something.
I was there. You
If
brought a guy a hat. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I remember
yeah,
that, and he was like,
yeah.
"Oh, fucking
you gotta
thanks."
you gotta be good to you. Just, the goal is just be a decent person.
But
man.
tell me you don't.
People like being remembered. Like when that guy was like, "This guy with the yellow tooth," and I was like, "I hurt my feelings.
Thanks a lot, man.
I got your address. I'm going
But
over there
you
to
left
fuck
an
you up."
But
yeah,
you left an impression on him, man.
yeah,
And-
yeah. My fucking fist impressed in his fist.
Hey, man. Look,
Sorry,
there's a
I'm
lot
sorry.
of
It's-
people.
I grew up and made fun of about this.
I'm
It's
sure
touchy, okay?
that everybody knows more than a few people who are permanently grumpy. You know what I mean?
Oh
They're
my
just-
God, I see those kind of guys every day.
It's miserable. I don't know why you want to go through life being so grumpy all the time, like it's your job, like it's the only mode of communication you have is complaining.
Grumpy has its place, but dude, when you see
Sure.
a guy who's constantly upset, I have guys that like I'll see and I just know that that's their personality, and every time I walk in I go, "Hey, what's going on, Joe? Life sucks, huh?"
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Yeah, you said it best, bro."
you fucking, so let me
Life
tell you about
sucks,
it. My
bro.
fucking wife. And it's, dude, you
As
just
he takes a
avoid
long
those people.
drag of his Marlboro Red
he'll
covered
burn
in oil.
the whole thing down to the butt in one pull. But those people, you got to avoid them like the plague, man, because they suck you down, and they it's like my theory on it is complaining, having bad experience in life is the great connective tissue between you and another person. So in other words, if you meet a stranger and you're unsure what to talk about, go ahead and bitch and moan, because chances are they've got something to bitch and moan about too. But next thing you know, that becomes this cycle.
Well, the whole thing is the only stronger connection you'll get to somebody that shares the same thing is if you hate the same thing.
Yes,
hating the same thing is
It's a very
almost
strong-
like
yeah.
stronger than liking the same thing.
It's a
you know?
magnetic thing. It's very, very strong. You're right about that. And I don't know, man. It seems
How
to
did
be...
we become friends then?
Well, we told that story. You told
No, but
me-
I mean, like, you know,
We don't
I think I
complain.
broke the ice with a joke. I
You
think
broke the ice with a
when,
joke.
when you were like, oh, he's a jokey jokester.
Yeah, and you also said something that touched my nerve, which was the Rogan thing. So we hit the same line.
So you
there.
know we're here. We're
Yeah.
listening to the same shit.
Yeah, and to me, it's just I'm not a grumpy guy. Don't have a real,
No, man,
not a very many grumpy bones in my
You're
body.
always pretty cool, man, and
My wife will tell you.
your
different,
energy's
though.
always pretty good.
My son will. He knows how to send me over the edge, and I got to reel it back.
Yeah,
I have
little
to figure out
bastard.
how to do that. But speaking of my son, so yeah, nice thing. Starting a new job, lots of good stuff there. And then yesterday we went to Keyport. I believe it was Keyport. Keyport is like a shitty little coastal town over here in Jersey.
I mean, it's nice. Shout out to my brother-in-law. Aunt lives in that town.
But when you go
Call
to
this
their
town
beach,
shitty.
when you go to the beach, I mean,
Oh no, you don't want to go to the.
well,
you know,
we went to that beach.
walking around is nice, but
Yeah,
getting in that
the
water,
streets.
it's a
Well, we
whole
got in that water.
different story.
It smells like shit. Got in that water, and when we showed up, I was kind of like, ugh, damn, we might have made a mistake coming here. But next thing you know, the water for like a good 100 feet, 200 feet is only ankle deep. So I'm walking with my son, and next thing you know, it turns into this learning experience where I grabbed a horseshoe crab, pulled him up out of the water. I showed my son. I was like, look, you know, the stinger, he doesn't sting. It's just a rudder, how he steers. His little arms aren't strong enough to pinch you. So my little boy got brave enough to start touching the live horseshoe crab. And we found jellyfish and hermit crabs, and we picked up little blue claw crabs. And
That sounds like a very Rockwell-esque picture
It
you're
was-
painting, except I don't think Rockwell painted dark kids or men in leopard-colored button-ups.
I was in a big Hawaiian shirt.
But yes, it
It was nice,
It's
man.
a moment.
We had a little educational time.
Do you want to know what I like about the story you told?
What's
is
that?
that there wasn't a picture involved with it.
Oh, I didn't take a single picture.
I love that when people like. I remember being out with Stephanie places, and you'll get people. Do you want us to take a picture? And I remember her and me going like almost simultaneously, like, no, this one's just for us.
Yes, yeah. I can't.
You
be
don't have to
bothered.
share your fucking good time with the world
No, and
all the time.
I thought about it because, like I said, we caught little blue claw crabs, hermit crabs, small jellyfish. There was a big dead jellyfish we were able to fuck around with and show them, and two big ass hermit crabs. One of them was an old boy, and you know we could have taken pictures of that stuff, sure, but like it was so much
it's a
better
moment,
to be
dude. It's
in
nice
the moment.
to be in the moment. Yeah.
Yeah, and like to explain these things. I know a little
Experience it as opposed to taking a picture of it. And
Yeah.
It's almost like there's no candid involved with it. It's just
Yeah.
completely forced. Like I was watching this one couple at the beach yesterday. This chick took 4 different pictures, and she kept like having to put her titty in the shot and then pull her
Christ.
boyfriend close to, and you could see like by the 3rd, 4th time he
He's
was
just-
already like, can you just fucking
But
like
you've
let me
seen
relax?
those things, right? Where it's like chicks in the ocean and somebody's taking a video, and you look down the coast, and there's like boyfriend after boyfriend after boyfriend taking picture of their girlfriend after girlfriend after girlfriend. It's like several different couples, all staggered different distances from each other, all doing the same shit.
What's even weirder if you see it, what you don't see normally is a group of dudes doing that.
No, I
Dude,
can't be bothered to take
I feel
pictures
like
with my
dudes
boys.
are a little bit more in the moment like that. They kind of
Yeah.
don't care, or they're too drunk to care.
That's
when
true,
you see
that's
those
true,
kind of
yeah.
groups of guys out in
Yeah,
public.
they're out hunting for
Playing-
pussy, and they can't be bothered with cameras.
I was gonna say playing like the ball game where you smack the ball onto the trampoline and.
I never played that one.
Oh, you never seen
remember
that?
Taps? You remember Taps where you
Dude, I'm talking about frat brothers, not inner city youth.
I was never a part of a fucking fraternity.
No, you barely got out of high school.
I'm nearly
Yeah.
retarded. You think I was in a fucking fraternity?
Oh,
But
boy.
yeah, man, it was cool because your boy knows some animal facts.
Finally, we get to talk about animals.
And-
Shout
and-
out to Alex from
and
Super Friends Sit Down, because when you were talking about like whales and shit, I was in.
Yeah,
that was my
I was
favorite part.
definitely- I was
favorite
very-
part where you guys start talking about animals.
That was good. I got a little education there, but I was able to teach my son about some stuff, and it made it educational, made it fun. So that was nice. So Keyport, even though you really shouldn't get in that water, there's some cool stuff to be had there. There's little experiences to be had, and
you made it a good time. You know, you
great.
made it fun. You made it like educational too. And Jack, you know, you might remember that forever. You don't know.
I think so. Yeah. You ever have weird memories from your childhood, and you don't
one
have
time
any...
I got beat so bad. No,
Well,
I'm just kidding.
that's not the kind. I was talking about the nice ones, you know.
No, I remember some. Yeah, I
some little things.
good
I remember
ones.
seeing
And
my
I remember
dad.
the cops coming too.
You know, that happens sometimes. I remember seeing my dad kiss my mom goodbye, and it took me years
Blow
to
his
figure out. And then
brains.
boogoosh, and that was the last time I saw Daddy Long. No, what happened was he was giving her a kiss, and it took me years to figure this the fuck out. I was so young, and I didn't understand the world so much that clouds were passing in front of the sun and causing, you know, light and then darkness, light and then dark. I thought I was watching my dad's skin change colors.
Well, while we're talking
I
about
was
crazy
14.
shit, okay,
No.
my mom, one time, she got out of the car, pointed to the sky with her two fingers,
There's Jesus.
and thought she was making clouds dissipate with her energy. Then called my brother out here because he was in the truck.
Sure.
Me and my brother and my father were in the truck.
Yeah.
She's like, "You don't understand, Jerry. I'm making the clouds dissolve with my energy."
Right.
And then my brother, just adorable little 4-year-old Josh, is like, "I think I'm doing it too, Mommy."
Right.
And then my dad is like, "This is the stupidest shit I've
And then
ever
they
seen."
burned her at the stake.
And then they threw
She's
and then
a
we threw
witch!
gasoline on
There's
her.
a fucking witch.
No, it was just like,
Yeah, well,
I mean,
sometimes.
you know, ironically, she talks about like sleep paralysis and the grades.
Sounds like my people.
You guys would be best friends.
I
bro.
went through a period when I was younger where I smoked a lot of weed, stayed up till like 4 a.m, and swore to God I could move a cotton ball without touching it. Still not convinced that it didn't happen.
That's sleep deprivation, and
I could have been sleep
your mind
deprivation.
starting to play tricks on you.
And here, real quick, we're gonna boppa and a boppa. And I think now is a good time to start to get into it a little bit.
Well, my homework for the week, because Dave, at the end of the last podcast, we were kicking around ideas and things we want to talk about, and you said, "Oh, let's do one on sleep paralysis." So
my
basically, I've been scaring the shit out of myself every day, watching and learning about sleep paralysis, which
can't do
is,
that. You can't do it.
according to these people, possibly the scariest thing that you will ever experience in your
Sure.
fucking life.
I've got a little definition here, thanks to Google. Sleep paralysis is a state during waking up or falling asleep in which a person is aware but unable to move or speak. During an episode, one may hallucinate, hear, feel, or see things that are not there, which often results in fear. Episodes generally last less than a couple of minutes. And what I'll say about that is the sterile definition of what it is. But I have heard, thanks to these documentaries...
Words like fucking terrifying.
Oh, dude.
Scared the shit out of myself. Demon on my chest. And also...
The Hat Man.
Demon rape.
Yeah, demon rape is a thing.
That's a big one. There's been a lot of words to describe
What did you watch
this.
recently in regards to...
So basically, it being probably the worst thing that could happen to you because you're gripped with panic
It's
and
insane.
fear. But not only that, sometimes they rape you too. Which
now,
is like,
I don't mean to laugh. I
Which
wouldn't
is
la-
like, how bad can this get? Oh, it could get worse. 'cause
Way, way worse.
I'm about to fuck you.
I typically wouldn't laugh at rape, but something about demon rape
Demon rape. It's
that does tickle me just a little bit.
And the thing is, like, you like look throughout time and you know, regions and people and everything, and everybody got some form of this crazy shit, you know?
Yeah, there's two schools
But
of thought.
honestly, none of this has ever happened to me.
Lucky
Want to
you.
know why? Because I'm a fucking titan.
Well,
And demons don't want none of this
See,
sauce,
I
my
would think
friend.
that it might
because
happen
if
to
you
you.
kill me, you're gonna
You're
ghost
not
fight
gonna-
me.
No,
you're
not-
gonna ghost fight
you're
me.
not gonna ghost.
And if you rape me,
Now-
I'm gonna rip your demon dick off.
no, you can't.
and then I'm gonna rape him.
You're not gonna. No,
I'm gonna do it.
you can't.
Shout
ghost.
out to Brian Callen. Go ahead.
Hey man,
I'm sorry, guys.
That's not an appropriate time
I'm just
to
saying,
shout
he's
out
a
Brian
good,
Callen.
He's a good guy.
He is a good guy,
He's
and
a
the
real
jury
funny-
is out. I don't know why you would shout out Brian Callen during a conversation
'Cause
about ghost rape.
We're all just a bunch of apes.
He just innocently popped into your head for no reason, right?
Well, we're all just a bunch of rapes. I mean,
Wait,
apes.
Wait, man,
I'm
hey, you
sorry.
fumbled. You
Sorry.
fumbled that word pretty hard there.
Back to the
felt like a
ghost. Back to ghost stories
I will
with Jay and
gladly
Dave.
move back onto ghost stories. All right, now, wow, jeez, I gotta shake that off a little bit. I don't know what all that was.
Felt
but
like there's a demon on my chest.
what I wanted to say before you said crazy things was that there is typically two schools of thought on sleep paralysis. One is the sterile psychological diagnosis, which is that it is purely a psychological phenomenon that happens when your body goes into a natural state of paralysis in order to keep you from acting out your dreams. People
tell the
theorize-
people that experience this that.
Yeah,
That's
well-
what they said. They were like, yeah, that's all
Fuck
well and
you.
good, but you get a demon monster, red-eyed motherfucker sticking
Raping
his
you.
dick in you.
Now,
Unwarranted.
they theorize that happens, and it's a pretty sound theory. I think that it happens because when we were apes hiding from predators, you don't really want to be acting out your dreams while you're sleeping because predators typically operate at night, and so you want to be as motionless as possible during the nighttime, during your sleep when you're most vulnerable. So if you're thrashing about, acting out your dreams, we all have wild dreams now and then. It's a pretty good cue for that jaguar to come and eat your dick off, right? If you're moving around, if you're
I'd
thrashing
still
about,
rather have that because at least when he's eating my dick off, it's done.
Well-
We're not going to continue.
I don't know, it's done.
But according to this,
And the jaguar, he doesn't-
imagine if the jaguar then, after eating your dick off, started fucking you.
Now that's had to have happened at some point throughout history. There
dude,
has to have been.
It's got to be terrible. It's got to be the fucking worst.
Well, I have had sleep paralysis a few times, and
Dave,
I
you strike me as a guy because you know what it is.
What's
they
that?
could smell
no
your weakness.
No, they know that in my spiritual form
Nope.
I'm at my strongest,
Nope.
and so I'm a threat to them. Whereas
No.
as
It's
I
like
would,
a wolf taking out the weak one in the herd. They know.
no, they only come at you
They
if you're a threat.
smell you.
When I go into the dream world, I manifest as an angel with a 10-pack.
I wish
and
we could
that's my
just-
spiritual form.
I wish we could get zapped into the same dream like Freddy Krueger because I really want to know what your thing would be because I'm gonna imagine you're
what
like
my ethereal form would
you would
look
be like the cripple
10
kid
pack?
with magic, and I'd be that one black dude that throws cars.
No,
and shit.
no. I'm an 8-foot tall angel with a 10-pack and cheetah print wings. Okay,
What
so
if you
I'm-
just had a small dick?
a little tiny dick, a small dick on this 8-pack. No, that's that. Now I'm a big threat to these kind of creatures, and that's why they tend to attack me sometimes. To tell you the truth, all jokes aside, I did have an experience recently that I think I may have told you about. That like, it was fucking horrible.
Dude, you're just sitting there or laying there rather with your eyes open, just like fucking the dude from Fire in the Sky.
Yeah, well, okay. Let me. I'll tell you about what happened. It spanned over a couple of nights. The first night, I'm laying.
Oh, you're talking about this demon wanted to come back for seconds. He wanted
I
to
think
fuck you again.
it was like 3 nights in a row.
You got that nice soft tush.
And the way I got out of it, this is a whole thing to unpack, and I'll do it quickly just for
You better because I want to get that fucking buzzer.
that conservation of time. Now, the first night I have a dream that I remember. It was a bit of a nightmare, but it was a little uneventful. But what I do remember is swirling black mist and this thing standing in it. There's a big man with red eyes and skin like a slug has that print. It kind of looks like leopard print, but it's gray and black.
Yep.
His skin was all that, and he's just staring at me. Right. That's all the first night was. I wake up. I just remember
That guy was just staring at you for what seemed like hours.
No. It was just a little blip of a memory. I
I
don't
would
know
be
how long
like-
I was actually there.
I would get a fucking dog the next day. And
Well,
be
it
like,
was
I
just
gotta
a dream,
figure
right?
this
I was
out.
like, I remember this character. It wasn't even enough to really mention to anybody. The next night, I do have a bit of sleep paralysis.
And here comes the rape.
Now, no.
Okay.
It did well. Okay, wait a second.
I knew it. You got them soft, gushy insides.
No, I'm very
Just perfect for demon dick.
Listen, man. What happens is, I do remember that I have sleep paralysis, but I can't see anything. I just remember feeling it, and I'm very accustomed
Bet you
with
did,
it.
Playboy.
I'm very accustomed with it, and I know when it happens, I kind of go like, fucking like I don't get the same terror that everybody else gets anymore. I kind of just get like a.
I could just see you getting turned over by the demon.
No.
And they'd be like, hey, what are you doing, man? What are you doing?
Okay, well, let me tell you this. Let me tell you what my wife saw. My wife had a nightmare
And the plot
that
thickens.
night. That night. And she told me that she had a dream that a big, dark demon
It
thing
was your neighbor.
was sitting on my chest and staring me in the face with red eyes.
It's the same guy who's in the elevator.
It's the same guy from the way she described him gives me chills right now. Sounded like the same guy from my dream the night before. And a lot of these sleep paralysis things, they call it the old hag syndrome, where there's.
Can I like watch you sleep one day?
It doesn't happen often. I sleep pretty
Okay.
fucking good. Like I sleep really good. And I'm
After a little dicking?
a little dick. Wait, what?
You're-
No, not a
you're-
little demon dicking now. No,
You're out like a light.
I can see how that could tire
Sleeping
you
like a
out,
baby.
That's not what's happening. All right, now
God, that demon rocked the
typically
world.
I sleep real good, and this hasn't happened since then. This was back when we came back from Vegas. We were living with the in-laws for a little
Could
bit.
it possibly be Cindy picking up maybe an energy that you were putting off? And like,
Sure.
you know how like
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can
yeah.
feel like when your wife is upset or
Yes.
anxious?
Yeah, absolutely.
Or like happy or
I think there's a
freaked
ton
out.
of reasonable explanations for this shit. There are some roadblocks that I run into that I just try not to think about. You know, when you can't answer a question doesn't mean that there's no answers for it. It just means you gotta stop thinking about it because you're not gonna be the one to answer.
But I mean, I'm sure a lot of people have died in your building. Homicides,
well, this was
gang violence.
sure. Now
I'm just saying.
I don't know about hauntings. Black people really don't get hauntings, and I don't know why I said black people.
And I don't think like,
although it is the demographic.
but also
that I live
at the
with.
same time, nobody was ever like. It was like they always say the same thing. It's like an old white woman or an old white guy, like from the. Nobody's like this young, like cool looking black guy who keeps haunting me every fucking
That
night.
never happens,
like,
right.
His
You never
name is
have-
Jamal, and he comes to me and fucking he just wants to hang out, and play
Like when he
basketball.
passes away, no one's gonna be haunted by the ghost of LL Cool J, right? Nobody's
No,
gonna
or
be
Tupac.
haunted by a yoked ass,
Nah.
handsome dude
Nah,
with
I
a
mean, how
fitted.
dope would it be if Biggie Smalls came to you in a fucking sleep paralysis?
I
I'd be
think
like,
that happened in a
What's
movie.
up, babe?
I think that happened in some movie somewhere. I remember that. But what really got me was that
It was South Park.
It was?
Yeah,
It was South
It
Park.
was South
There you
Park.
go.
Cartman kept like fucking Biggie Smalls, the ghost of Biggie Smalls.
Hey,
kept,
that's
like-
great though. Great minds, right? When you think of something that South Park thought of, that's nice. You go,
It's almost
wanna save-
everything at this point.
That's
They,
right.
they
Yeah,
got
they've
like
done
2,000 fucking episodes.
But for my wife to describe something that sounded shockingly similar to a thing that I saw the night before.
I'm imagining like the demon dog from Ghostbusters, like Zool.
No.
Like like look at the dogs, the hellhounds from Ghostbusters, Zool and whatever the
No,
other thing.
because I'm going to show you, unfortunately, what this thing did look like. But
They all look like the same. They gave like I've been watching documentaries on this shit. The sharp teeth, red eyes.
Yep,
Or
that's
they got-
exactly.
They got the Hat Man, which Freddy Krueger was
This guy.
based off of.
It looked a lot like that.
That's it. That was from the fucking the Nightmare documentary on. If you guys want to watch this, it's on Prime. Search The Nightmare.
It'll fuck you up.
Watch it at night and
don't.
scare the fucking shit out of yourself.
I watched. My
If you're a
homework that I
tough
did-
guy, and I know we got some tough guys that listen to this, I dare you.
No.
I fucking dare you.
this
to
is-
watch this thing at night.
Oh, I
and
know
then
why
call
this-
me the next day and let me know how that worked out for you.
Check this out, though. I know why this happened to me. There's a page on YouTube called Nuke's Top 5. Are you familiar with that?
You told me. I was watching that shit all day one time.
Don't, dude, because
I don't do it at night.
I go into spooky vibes sometimes. Sometimes I want to watch spooky stuff, just like I want to watch alien stuff or whatever. And I spent a long time watching Nuke's Top 5 shit, and then all of a sudden, it's like that. What's that old expression? If you stare into the abyss stares back, or some shit.
It's beautiful. Yes,
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah. So that's kind of what I feel like happened. Was I was just delving too much into this shit. Saw a few things on that YouTube channel that'll really fuck you, and then
No, it'll literally fuck you according to some of these encounters. Thank you very much.
and
Be
then,
here all week.
So that's night 2. Night 3, I end up actually having these things where I'm sleeping, and all of a sudden it feels like, oh my god, okay, Jesus Christ. Okay, so first I'm falling asleep and I hear, and I wake up and I'm looking around, and I know there's a construction site next door, but it's fucking like 3 a.m. There's no way that the construction site is on. I look out the window. I'm like, who the fuck is knocking on the door? This is crazy. And I wait a little bit, and nothing happens. I don't hear anything. Nobody else responds. Nobody else moves. Nobody else wakes up. I fall back asleep. Now I'm freaked the fuck out because I don't know. Nobody else hears it, right?
Are you sleeping? Are you dreaming this?
I guess.
That's fucking crazy.
I guess, yeah. It's actually, by the way, you people can look it up. It's called exploding head syndrome. It's a really fucking crazy name for something that's actually very mild. But people wake up to knocks or somebody shouting their name, and then they'll wake up and there's nothing there, and it's just a psychological phenomenon.
And also,
with
if
no
that demon gets a hold of you, there's another one called exploding dick syndrome.
That one's not good.
That's when he
just
completely just demon comes in.
No, he's just demon, and then all of a sudden you go to the bathroom and you just shat out sperm.
And just white. Yeah.
Just,
that's gross. Let's just get the fuck off of that. Also, a lot of demon talk this episode.
Well,
now I'm just figuring what's gonna happen to me tonight when I go to sleep.
Go and watch some Shrek. That's my remedy. Whenever it's getting a little rough, watch Shrek. Shrek really has a way to
watch the Disney app. That's what I do every time.
You have to, even though Disney was.
I'll tell you what. I'm not a man of God, but if I was freaking out at night, and there was a big creature with red eyes
sitting
staring
on your chest,
back at me,
and Steph saw it,
I would be like,
how would you feel, man, if you had a nightmare about a dude and then the next day you had sleep paralysis and then Steph saw that dude on your chest?
Dude, first of all, that wouldn't happen. I mean, nobody wants the sauce.
Man.
Not anybody of this world.
They're listening.
Or outside of it.
They're going to come tonight. Tomorrow, you're going to call me, and you're going to go, fucking A, dude, we should have never done that episode. Burn that episode. Pull it down off iTunes. Get rid of it because they came in me. I mean, they came for me. But listen, man.
I'm telling you, I've never had anything like that. But my brother said he's experienced it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, you said that he didn't even want to watch the documentary, right?
He got up and left.
Yeah.
One day. He was like, no, we're not fucking watching
that was
again.
the Amazon Prime one?
Yeah.
That one's fucking scary, man. It's really scary.
Really scary. And, I was watching this one guy. He was, an English guy, and they did a study at him at this college. It's funny, but it's fucked up.
Oh.
He would get up, and he'd be like, and then he started
smash the fucking door.
Yes, and then he started smashing things. So then his wife would have to barricade herself into the room.
Yeah.
With her and her kid, and,
Yeah.
and she's just explaining to the doctor, you don't understand, he gets violent. One time, there was one incident where he hit me,
And he started getting through the door one time. Imagine the trauma of that kid.
Now, I heard that the Conjuring series is supposed to release the Hellhound of whatever. It's a case where a guy thought he was like a werewolf.
Oh.
And he was like a wolf, like a beast.
Okay.
And there's accounts of his face contorting, his ears getting pointy, and dude, it's dope. I listened to it on Time Suck. If you never listen to it's a great show.
I've never heard of that.
It's informative, but he's like a comedian, so he puts it together so well, and it's very fluid. And there's even characters, and he does serial killers, and he did sleep paralysis, and he did Ed Kemper was one of them. Turns out Ed Kemper had a micro penis, and that could be
Who's
one of
Ed Kemper?
He's the guy that killed and raped the 7 dead bodies of those girls, and then cut his mother's head off.
Oh my God.
And then raped the head of his mother.
Oh my God.
Not just the mouth.
Whoa.
I don't know what else you could rape.
The new holes you made.
But dude, but the guy, his podcast is great. It's called Time Suck.
Time Suck.
Go check it out. It's really cool. It's one of my favorite things. I've been binging it.
When people say I'm not into paranormal shit, the only acceptable reason is because it hits too close to home. Other than that, I don't believe you. Because there's something so magnetic about spooky bullshit.
Everybody wants to know if something else happens.
Yeah.
After this.
It's just unfortunately it seems like greasy demons is what happens.
But why are they all assholes? I mean, why don't you get some good guys that help out? Oh man, I always want to fly, and they pick you up and they take you.
I can show you the world.
I know, that's what I'm saying. They possess a carpet and take you on a ride. Oh my God!
Give you chocolates.
The magic carpet in Aladdin was a demon.
It definitely was a demon.
Oh my! Look at this.
we really epiphanous moments here, but on the after the knocks, right? Of course, at some point it passes through my mind that this is something knocking to get into my mind. Is that a thing that you think is reasonable to go there after so many unanswered knocks and nobody else notices them, and you've had 2 spooky nights in a row?
This was the third night?
This was the third night. And I started to think something was...
I would have been doing heroin by this point.
I was up for a long time that night, Jay. I didn't go to sleep till the sun came up. Because what kept happening was,
I don't know, man. That sounds insane. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't understand the fear of falling asleep. But that shit is obviously real, and people really go through
thousands of people. That's why these things are a worldwide phenomenon. I was watching it happen in African countries where it was happening to an entire village.
They all have like some kind of like story. Every like culture has
a thing, yeah.
A thing, and it's always like it's a hat man, it's an old hag, or it's like this red-eyed demon thing.
Well,
and it's always the same thing. Chest. Okay, it's laying on your chest. It's in the room. It's going around you, or it's butt fucking you.
Butt fucking you. I saw one weird one where it was like, it fucked me in front of the kids, and then I shit. I'm sorry, guys. It was really what I watched this morning.
Send me the link to that.
Okay. And so I do start to doze off again after the knocks, and after me contemplating that this is Beelzebub trying to enter my soul door, and as I drift off.
Soul door mean your asshole?
That's what I call my asshole.
Okay.
I gotta go empty out my soul door. Now, as I drift off, now it's changed from knocks to what feels to me like something grabs me and pulls my arm off the bed. And I wake up to my arm go, wah! And I'm fucked up now. I'm really fucked up. I'm really upset. There's nothing that's more upsetting than a demon knocking on your soul door. And now it's trying to pull my butthole. Now it's trying to pull.
Now it's trying to pull your arm out of your socket.
My arm out of and it was a lot. It was wow, right? And then I'm tortured now. I fall back asleep for a second. Boom, my ankle grabs my ankle and pulls now my leg is now it could be.
What if he yanked your dick?
Oh, not with that kind of force, man.
I'm not lying. There is like. There was this one guy who was on the nightmare thing that he dreamt that like it was this metal claw hand and it just came from the bed and it started just crunching his dick, and then he's like, there's no way to like say it, not that it sounds funny, but it started crunching my dick.
Yeah.
And then like me and my brother just laughed, and he's like, I know, there's no way to fucking say it, without saying it.
After it went from my pulling my arms, pulling my leg, and I say it, but it could have been just me like so freaked out that like, you have spasms in your sleep. I could have been doing this thing because it fit the bill. Like psychologically, I'm fucked up now, and so I might be having a nightmare about something pulling me. My arm reacts in that way because, like they say, paralysis is to keep you from acting out your dreams. Maybe now I'm just in such a weird state of sleep that I'm doing it myself. And yeah, I'm trying to explain this shit away, Jay, because it's fucking trauma.
Well, I was from what I gathered in watching some of this, the sleep paralysis occurs when you're at REM sleep, but also lucid dreaming. And something happens where you wake up where you're in that sweet pocket, and it happens for just some people.
Yeah.
Where they're lucid dreaming, but they're also at their deepest point of sleep, and they awake to that crazy shit going on.
Well,
what if this? Yo, let me know tomorrow if you wake up and go, the demon's back.
No, because it's nice and early. It's only 1:37. I'm going to be sure to fill my day up with positive things before this day is over. Because, well, let me tell you,
I'm just
Jay,
going to nothing but send you horrible shit.
Don't do that.
Yep.
I'm not a religious person, right? I fucking prayed. There was nothing for me to do anymore. I couldn't go to sleep. I was fucking tortured. I didn't go to sleep until the sun came up that day. And the next day when I tried to go to sleep, I said a prayer. And I prayed to God to stop this shit and to protect me. And I don't give a fuck if it was placebo. I don't give a fuck if it was just my own psychology or if there's really something out there. It stopped. And my son woke up screaming that night from nightmares.
Shit, son. So it's like you're passing it down.
Yes, like my wife had a terrible experience, and then it didn't stop for her.
It's
it
like
moved
some
on to
shining
her.
Shit.
I prayed and was good. She actually started getting bad shit happening to her in her sleep and nightmares and stuff for the next few days. I played it close to the chest because you don't want to tell anybody that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to tell you. I don't want my son to hear it. I don't want you to hear it. I want you to be able to sleep. And so I played it close to the chest, but nonetheless, she starts having these experiences. And after that, I was like praying to watch over my family and all types of other shit. And that moment changed me. Like I'll say a prayer. I thank God for every day and shit. Like, I'm not a religious person. I don't know what God I'm praying to. I thank God for every day. I thank God on the way here. No fucking lie. Changed my relationship with life after that happened. That was only a couple of months ago back from Vegas. And it sounds ridiculous, but what the fuck do you do to combat this thing?
Well, it's kind of like From Dusk Till Dawn when he's talking to the one guy who used to be like a preacher, and he's like, lost his faith in God, and he's like telling him, he's like, look, you don't believe in, vampires, because I don't believe in vampires, but what I do believe is what I could see and touch, and if those things are straight from hell, then there's got to be a heaven. There's got to be something good. Yeah. That's the duplicitous
That
edge.
is exactly what I felt like. I was like, if this is real, even if it's not real, even if it's only psychologically, peripherally real, then the other side of the coin has to be just
if
as
something
tangible.
Is evil like that, there has to be the balance where there has to be something so good and pure and altruistic.
Once it started happening to when my kid woke up crying from nightmares, I think it was the same night that I had my arms being pulled, that was enough for me. I was like, I got to do something. And I don't know. But
well, I know that's got to be crazy. You were being pulled.
Dude, the sensation
without
of
you
it.
wanting to do that, then he pulls your arm, then he might even turn you over, and then it turns out it was just you let Brian Callen sleep over that night.
Hey.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hey, man.
I'm sorry.
I don't know why you keep. This is strange. I don't know why you keep bringing up.
I'm just saying he might have slept over.
I don't know what's the. I don't understand the connection here. I don't know. I think we should move on. But what I'm saying is there was some real tangible, real fucking fear there, and. The first time I ever had sleep paralysis, I was at my living in Forge when I was young. I was still in high school, and at the time I was like a stomach sleeper, right? Okay. Now, I fell asleep on my stomach, and morning rolls around, and if you were to pinch and hold someone's mouth shut while they're sleeping, it would take a little while for them to wake up. Mm-hmm. They'd go, and then once the air really. Yep.
And then...
Yeah, and then they wake up like that.
Yeah.
My face was in the pillow, and I didn't wake up until I was well out of air. And when I woke up...
Gaping asshole. Sorry. Gotta help myself. The people want to know. How's that butthole?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Well, IBS.
Thank God.
Now, when I wake up, it feels very specifically to me like there's
Dude, I could see a demon coming up on you, like... smelling your asshole, but like, no.
Well,
this guy shits himself.
Now I got baby wipes at home. I do the wipe and the baby wipe.
You don't want this one.
Got a clean one. Any demon would be happy to be a part of what I got going on.
I don't know about that.
All right, so I very specifically.
It'd be like you're short and you shit yourself.
He's very handsome. He's got
they like tall guys.
I'm
just saying.
I feel a forearm and two knees on my back. Now I have no.
It's my Uncle Steve.
I don't have
Brian
an Uncle
Callen.
I'm sorry, man.
I'm sorry.
You gotta cut that out. That's too many. That's too many Brian Callen drops.
I don't know. It just could have been.
What's going on here, man?
Could have been Callen sleeping over.
Jesus Christ.
Now continue with your your rape story.
I have a couple things go through my head really quickly. One is my mom is fucking with me. Like for whatever reason, she's like thinking it's funny to
hold you down against your will.
You think I just woke up and somebody's on my back, so within a matter of seconds, I'm like, Mom, what are you doing? And then it switches because I'm like, this is too dangerous. I'm really in peril now. And I think someone's broken in and is trying to kill me. And so
Not just trying to kill you, Playboy. He's trying to finish the job.
There was no, everything was fine. I said specifically, I didn't say a forearm, two knees, and a dick.
He wants an appetizer, not just the main course.
I didn't say.
Not just going to steal your stuff.
I didn't say a
He's
forearm.
He's going to steal your soul hole.
No, hey, wait a second. No, it's my soul door. And he's not fucking with my soul door. Everything's fine.
Hashtag soul door.
Except for the fact that somebody's trying to suffocate me and murder me. Now, I think it's a home intruder, and I'm trying to summon the strength, and in hindsight, I realized I was paralyzed. At the time, it was too much going on. I just felt like somebody was pinning me down. I didn't realize for some reason my hands and shit weren't working either. And I finally summoned the strength to flip over and gasp for air, and nobody's in the fucking room with me. And,
well,
nobody's in the house. My mom was at work. I was home from school that day.
Well, look,
I think I skipped school.
might not share any of this with you because I'm a goddamn titan.
Now you gotta stop.
They don't want any
world,
of this.
Jay.
They don't want any of this.
The spiritual world doesn't care about your muscles, Jay.
But we did ask some of our listeners if they had any of these experiences.
Yes. Shout out to Alex of Super Friends
Sit Down.
And he said he's got two stories. One is in his old apartment. Alex remembers waking up and laying there, eyes wide open, staring at his ex, seething with hatred, gripping a blade. No, that didn't happen. Eyes wide open, staring at his ex. He tried rolling over, but he couldn't, and he could have sworn he heard whispers and breathing behind him. He tried to speak, but he couldn't, so he began to panic, and then eventually sprung up out of bed, sweating and panic-stricken. Now,
also, just if you know Alex, and he said he was sweating, that bed must have been fucking soaked.
And also, I don't see that's not out of the norm. He's a very sweaty man.
Oh, he is a sweaty boy, dude. That bed he must have had to change his mattress when it was done.
Thick all the way down. That Tempur-Pedic was a good 25 pounds heavier with water weight.
So that's one of his encounters.
And it sounds very much like the telltale experiences of people all across the fucking world where they can't move. The terror is unreal, dude. The terror is unlike anything you'll feel in waking life. It's you face to face with some demon intruder. Go ahead and try to imagine what that's like. You can't.
Maybe we don't know. You know, it's
or maybe Brian Callen. Now,
maybe Brian Callen intruding your butthole. But it was. That's the thing. There is like like neuroscientists have done studies on this, and it's not inexplainable. They could explain what it is and everything, but when somebody's having a real experience like this, it's like, you're telling me everything, but you're not taking into account the legitimate fear that I have when this happens.
The nightmare, there's a moment in the nightmare, that documentary, where the guy's girlfriend sees some giant greasy demon, has a nightmare of a giant greasy demon sitting on his chest the same night that he has paralysis. Very, very, very similar to what happened to me. So how do you explain that I have a nightmare of this thing, and then bup and a bup, and then my wife sees a similar character the very next night on my chest the same time that I have sleep paralysis?
That's that X factor, bro.
That's the X factor.
You can't explain that kind of shit.
There are aspects that you can't explain away. You're absolutely right. And that kind of thing is what really makes this so compelling. But Alex's second story, when he was younger, he remembers waking up. His TV was on. He tried to roll over to reach for the remote to turn it off, but he couldn't. From there, and he says in parentheses, I shit you not, my bedroom door started to open. I heard the hinges squeak. So I started freaking out, unsure if the wind caused it or something. I felt pressure on my back, and then felt like a hand. Oh, the pressure on his back felt like a hand
going up his asshole,
grabbing his soul door.
No, what does it really say?
Just a fistful of asshole.
What does it say?
I felt the pressure on my back that felt like a hand. I tried to speak but couldn't. Then eventually he could move. He fell out of bed, and then he stayed up all night. Because the terror is so fucking real that it keeps you up all night.
I want to know if Alex has had anything like recently, I'd like to know, like, I kind of want to, like, or is that like his only, how does somebody just have two insane experiences like that and never revisit it again?
I did have another one time.
I don't think we need to listen to it.
Well, it's going to be a quick one.
Oh, boy.
All right, now.
Buckle up, guys.
What happened was I was doing a bunch of research because I found out that my grandmother had the same experience. My grandmother passed away when I was little, and I ended up...
you guys all know that grandmother.
Yeah. And my mom met a dude. We moved in with him, and I lived in Carteret with them for a long time. And that lady who kind of became my grandmother also had sleep paralysis experiences where she would describe who I came to later recognize as the Hat Man, who's kind of this fabled character in the sleep paralysis world. This dude with a wide brim hat. Freddy Krueger, Wes Craven based him off of stories that his buddy told him about sleep paralysis.
Because you get, just so you guys...
That hat.
You get the Hat Man.
Mm-hmm.
You get the Slender Man. You get the old hag.
Mm-hmm.
You get the demon with the red eyes.
Yeah.
And then you got the
shadow
demon
people
with the huge dick.
No.
Okay.
Wait,
what you were saying?
No.
Okay, I was talking about the guy with the huge dick.
No, there's not.
Now, that's Tyrone.
That's just That's just a home invader.
I'm sorry.
That's a popular home invader named Tyrone. No, that's not.
Sorry.
Now listen, that woman who was like a grandmother to me would describe this guy. So as I got older and I put these pieces together, and the internet really started to get fleshed out, because the internet really wasn't a thing until the early days of YouTube. The internet was around, but once the early days of YouTube kicked off, you really started to and MySpace and shit.
Yeah.
So around that time, I started to do this research and try to see if anybody else had these experiences, and I typed in paralyzed sleep shadow people, and then boom, opens up this whole world of shit. Now I'm smart enough to know that if you fucking go looking for all the spooky shit, you're gonna have nightmares.
You're gonna find it.
It's gonna happen. They're gonna eke into your dreams.
You're flooding your brain with fucking
terrible shit.
Terror, basically, yeah.
And so eventually it does happen to me, and I'm sleeping on the bed next to my ex, and
your grandmother
and my grandma, and I wake up and I'm paralyzed, and I was so with it that I kind of went oh shit, it's happening, but I wasn't scared yet, right? Mm-hmm. I'm looking around, I can't move anything but my eyeballs, and all of a sudden I see the silhouette of a man walk across the bedroom. And as soon as I see him, it's uncontrolled. I was cool with it. I knew I was having thoughts I fucking knew this was gonna happen. Here we go.
You know what he's here for.
No.
You know what he's there.
I don't know. Now
he's looking to start knocking on that soul
nobody's
door.
got to leave my.
He knows. He knows.
No,
and you know.
It had nothing to do with my soul door.
Where this was leading.
My soul door's still fine to this day.
Wanted a piece of that Cordoba.
And everything is still fine down there, but I was coherent and I was rational, and I knew that or at least in my head, I knew that this was because you go into a natural state of paralysis to not act your dreams. I was there for a little bit. I see this fucking shadow, and all of a sudden, this electrical buzz hits my whole body, and I lock up and get hit with the most insane fucking fear I've ever felt in my life. And I black out. Next thing you know, I come to, my girlfriend's feet are next to my head, and my feet are next to hers. I've switched, and I'm looking.
69 position.
69.
Nice.
And I'm looking around, and everything's normal. The bedroom's normal. Everything's fine, but I'm still paralyzed, and I'm by her feet for some fucking reason. And then all of a sudden, we had a sheet pinned up in the closet door, just like this, right?
Similar to our sound.
Yeah,
sheets.
Well, that's a sound. I didn't mean to say sheet. That's a
it's
very
a sound
official.
blanket.
It's a sound blanket. It's a very official operation we've got going on.
Bargain
here.
man
That's
shit
not
here.
A sheet.
Yeah.
But there was a sheet across the closet door because there was no door, and all of a sudden, this inexplicably bright light starts pouring out from the edges of the curtain. There's no source of light in there, and once again.
Now wait a second, because I was doing my research on some of this, and some people believe.
Yeah,
it could be alien encounters too.
Yeah, that's what I said it on the last episode.
Yeah, buddy.
When I told the story. By the way,
all comes full circle.
That alien
back to the aliens.
episode that we did.
Yeah.
People like it. I mean,
in the tall grass.
Yeah, I'm not going to go into the numbers, but they don't lie. People like it. It's jumped out of every single one of our episodes. Goes in sequence. Number 1 is the most popular, 2 is the second most, 3 is the third most. That shit jumped the line pretty fucking high. So people like the spooky shit, but there is some sort of connection between seemingly a connection between abduction experiences and sleep paralysis. So yeah, there's something going on there. The inexplicably bright white light, the loss of time, the paralysis, the shadow people coming in the room.
Your asshole.
My
from
asshole
being
is
probed.
fine. There's nothing wrong.
Your asshole from being probed.
You keep bringing my soul door into this, and I gotta tell you, it's perfectly fine.
They want to know,
but. And so I had that experience. The white light hits.
I just see a bunch of fucking aliens around the table, be like, so should we start stuffing shit up his ass? See what happens?
You gonna fuck? Whose turn is it?
Ted, are you gonna fuck this guy?
Is it my turn? You were last week. I'll fuck. Hey, if nobody's gonna take it, I'll fuck him.
You go ahead. You fuck him.
And then I'll go.
And then Dave is there just just his eyes fucking going back and forth.
Of being, it feels like an electrical current running through your entire body.
That's that alien dick.
That's that.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's not. I don't like. There's something going on here, and we've turned this. I'm talking about terrifying experiences,
and I'm talking about.
And you're fixated,
Brian Callen.
On demon rape.
I'm sorry.
All right, this is. For those of you, though, that are interested, I highly recommend The Nightmare on Amazon Prime.
And I highly recommend The Nightmare Before Christmas. It's a great family movie.
It is, and it
Fun
keeps
for
coming up every
everybody.
time I type in the nightmare.
It
So,
does. Dude.
ever since those days, yeah, I've had to do Kegels. I've had to tighten up my soul door. Things have changed a little bit down there, and
Yeah.
maybe I can attribute my IBS to that. But there's something even worse going on.
If you don't think that the demon community all talk, and they go, hey, you're looking for a good time. There's a guy named David Corbo, and boy,
It's David Cobra.
and
David
boy,
Cobra.
is he a good time.
I
You
don't-
could get him paralyzed with fear, then you could flip him over, and then you could pretty much have your
Now-
demon way with
Nah, that's not. I don't know if they congregate and they talk about things like that.
They hang out by the water cooler. in
There
hell.
are people though that
Drink.
cannot escape it. Like it happens to them on a constant fucking basis. And to me, it happened like 3 notable times in my life that weren't really. They were really far apart from each other. It was like, oh, excuse me. It was like 15, 19, and then recently when I moved back from Vegas, which it was a very stressful time.
They say like stress induced, it could happen when like you're highly stressed out and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But then you being also sodomized by a demon creates more stress.
Right.
And then being
Also being-
paralyzed with fear.
Balls deep in Nuke's top 5. Nuke's top 5
There you
is
go.
like that'll send you in a fucking dark and spooky place.
Yeah. I mean, I can't believe we talked this much about fucking sleep paralysis.
I
There
could
was a
keep
couple
going.
things we wanted to get to. We posted Ask Us a Question yesterday.
yeah.
Just trying to do a little interaction with everybody.
Let's do that.
And
We got some fun stuff.
yeah,
in.
we got some pretty fun and funny stuff. We could go down the list. I'll answer one, and then Dave could answer
Sure.
something like that, or we could just kind of share our thoughts.
Well, this one came from your brother and his show, Fast Food Face Off.
Shout out to Fast Food Face Off.
Yes, and the question is, what's each of your favorite fast food chain? And he even sent us a little kissy face.
Okay. Well, I definitely think, as covered before, it's gonna have to be Five Guys.
Yeah.
Them
Yeah.
burgers, they just got a place in my heart.
There's something like they don't fuck around.
They're
man.
greasy and delicious. Also,
Are they?
a
Are
little,
they fast food though?
I would think they're fast food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if
sure.
we're going strictly fast
made
food,
fast.
I'll go. Well,
It's food.
yeah, but they don't have a drive-through.
Boom, fast food.
You know what I'm
Fuck
saying?
you. Next question.
I think if I had to go to drive-through, if we're whittling it down to drive-through, I'll say Wendy's. But
I second that. If we're
Yeah.
going drive through.
if we're going drive-through, Wendy's. But if not, if that doesn't have to be a factor, then Five Guys all the way, dude. Holy shit! They don't even. They're so generous
They're
with
on
those
another level.
fries.
Also,
too.
like that created some contention because somebody, shout out to our boy Marcus, he hit me up when he heard that episode. Was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? You're not gonna talk about Shake Shack, bro?" And I'm like, "Whoa. Shake Shack is good, man."
I've never
but
had Shake Shack.
We'll go.
Yeah?
We'll go next week.
Yeah, we should do that. That'd be cool.
We'll take a
I've never
trip.
had Shake Shack. I've heard good
To
things.
shut Marcus up because there's no way fucking Shake Shack.
I never
is
heard.
better.
I've never heard anything bad about them. But Five Guys, I don't think you're gonna beat them. But yeah, I'll do it. We'll go ahead and do that.
Let's do it.
Okay, so another one is from Eric K. Do you know who Eric K is?
I don't think I know. Who
Okay,
Eric
well,
is.
she said, "What's something most people like, but you just don't
Oh,
get?"
I'm sorry. Yeah, Eric. That's my sister-in-law, Carrie. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't know your Instagram name. I know it now. Okay.
Ooh.
Eric K.
Oh.
I get it. I know
Wow.
what I'm doing here.
Not up there on your list of important people, huh, Jay?
She's one of my favorite people, actually.
So much so that you don't even know her.
Her Insta
You're
fucking name?
disrespectful. What's
So-
something that most people like, but you just don't get? That's actually kind of a complicated one.
Was something that people like?
Yeah.
I mean, for me, probably the one that jumps out would be fighting. Like for people like.
Well, that's what's something you. Oh no, this is something that you don't get that most people like.
Oh, okay. One Direction. Just, I don't fucking get it.
I mean,
K-pop. While we're on it,
I don't thi-
K-pop. I am lost with K-pop. I'm like, this is
Gangnam Style's K-pop, isn't it?
don't even know.
Hoppa
'Cause-
Gangnam Style.
No, see, that's and I didn't get
Hoppa
that.
Gangnam Style.
Didn't get that. You know, I didn't.
Sana Air.
I get it. Okay, you're gonna keep going with this.
Sana Air.
So look, I K-pop. I don't get it, and it's the most popular thing in the fucking world.
It technically is, right? I think it's the most popular musical genre right now of 2020.
So for me, I'm gonna have to go hard in the paint on disliking K-pop.
All right, that's fair.
It's loved and revered by all.
Hold on, let's see real quick. Most popular musical genre. Let's see what that brings up. Not genres, you fuck. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Jesus, look at all that porn.
It's gonna be rock. Thanks a lot, Google. Rock, hip hop music. Can you fucking rank them? You idiot. Most popular musical genre of 2019 was rock. Okay, so no, not
Oh
not
shit!
K-pop.
I thought it was K-pop.
Well, Matt, what did you say? What did you say on the post? You said, ask us a question.
Yep.
And we'll answer it on tomorrow's podcast.
Anything you guys want.
And our boy Magnum Meme said, aliens. Now,
Yes.
thank you.
Thank you.
That's not
Aliens. Yes, I believe.
Yes is the answer. Yes is the answer, Magnum. Thank you so much.
Thank you for that deep, well-articulated question.
Instanub, one of my very best
I love
friends.
that dude, though. Shout out.
Yeah,
to
shout out to Magnum Meme. He's the shit. I've known him for a long time. He's a good guy. One of my very best friends and my shop foreman, Instanub, with the man with the missing finger.
He actually got a lot of camera time today.
He likes me a lot. He's one of my best friends, loves me deeply. And so it's only right that he asked the question, why you so stupid, Dave?
I can answer that.
Now,
I can answer that. It's genetics.
No.
Moving on. He comes from a family of fucking little,
family tree.
small, short liars.
Hey, man.
There you go.
I don't appreciate that
There
level
you go,
of
Shelly.
disrespect.
Thank you.
Now, you're not on a basis with him where you could call him Shelly, okay?
Hey, I'm Jay. You're Shell.
Now, that's my boy right there, all right? His name's Nub.
It's my boy, too. Shell Bell? It's my boy.
Shell Bell. Good old Shell Bell. And then who is 732_MTB?
Oh, that's one of Alex. That's Alex's from Super Friends Sit Down. He's got like a beer kind of thing with a bunch of guys, and they
kind
trade
of like a beer.
Yeah, kind of like a thing. I also
Is it a
think
show?
They might even be doing a podcast soon.
Okay.
Yeah, where it's just like local beers and craft stuff.
Well, he said Oprah, Hillary, Mila Kunis, marry, fuck, kill.
Okay. I got this one. I'm gonna marry Oprah. Okay. I'm gonna.
You want
fuck
that cheddar? Is
Yeah,
that
that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Yeah,
the cheddar.
I want that.
Okay.
I want that money. So I'm gonna marry Oprah. She seems cool.
Mm-hmm.
She'll make healthy Weight Watcher meals every day.
Yeah.
Okay, she's got bank. I would kill. Okay, so I would fuck Hillary Clinton.
What?
I don't know. She does
Wait
for
a
me.
second. Wait.
I bet she got that like
No.
small hair. She got that tight hair. You know, she got them titties to be bouncing around.
No,
Dude,
no.
I'd fuck Hillary.
And
I'd marry Oprah and I would kill Mila Kunis.
well,
The reason I kill Mila Kunis is because, first off, out of all three of those,
Yeah.
she's got the flattest ass. And I like them buns.
Oprah's got a dumper on her.
I like them buns.
I can
So
tell you
does
that.
Hillary.
I don't know if Hillary's
Yeah,
got.
she
I
got
think
some ass on her.
She's got that
dude.
block butt.
I've seen her in pantsuits.
She got one too many right angles on
I've
that
seen
ass.
her in some pantsuits, and she looks terrific.
She does
bro.
wear a mean
So
pantsuit.
I'm marrying Oprah. I'm fucking Hillary Clinton, and I'm definitely killing Mila Kunis.
Okay, well, I'm gonna marry Oprah for the money, for the cheddar. So you
Sure.
and I see eye to eye on that.
Yep.
I'm gonna fuck Mila Kunis because she's obviously the most attractive of the
Bad
bunch.
call.
And then I'm gonna kill Hillary Clinton because
Not good.
What just came out is the unsealed Ghislaine Maxwell documents, or Ghislaine. I'm sorry. I keep
But
calling her
man, when you got an ass like that, who cares?
when you got that dumper, when you got a set of cheeks on the back. Now, what actually just came to be exposed recently was they unsealed these documents where it was an interview between whoever the fuck, the FBI, who's questioning a victim from Epstein's Island, who confirms that she did in fact see Bill Clinton there fucking two underage girls. So it's out now. Donald Trump Jr.
Allegedly.
Well, Donald Trump Jr. has been blasting it all over Instagram and asking questions like, why the fuck does nobody seem to care that a victim from Epstein's Island just named Bill Clinton, who was already on the travel log
Because
to
they're too
Epstein's
busy
Island?
hating his father?
They're too busy hating his papa, and they're too busy with coronavirus, and they're too busy with all these other things. The Pentagon talking about aliens, all these crazy things are happening.
Distractions.
And we just found out definitively that Bill Clinton...
Allegedly.
Well, I mean, it's from the mouth of a victim of one of, of Epstein's Island. So a girl who was actually there, who was being trafficked in her young age, who has survived and is now spilling the beans, says that and we already knew that he was on the flight log. In fact, he was there 26 times, I think he went to that island, 26 times on Epstein's jet. Okay, so at the time, we didn't know if he was on the island, but we did know he was on the jet. Now he's being confirmed
Jesus Christ,
to
wrap
be
it up,
on the
Dave.
island. You son of a bitch. This is important. I'm killing.
Wrap it up.
I'm killing Hillary.
These questions are supposed to be fast.
Were they
Next
supposed to be
question.
fast? That's it. Now you wanted me to wrap it up, and guess what, Jay? There's no more questions, but I'm very happy to end on a positive, silly note, and not just on demon dicks and soul doors
and underage pedo islands.
Oh, that's how we're ending. We're ending on
That's
that. I'm
ending
killing Hillary.
strong here.
But you know, you choose to fuck Hillary. That's cool. You choose
For
to
sure.
choose her dumper.
Oh, yeah.
And that's cool. But I'm
Ass
slaying
looks
that
good in them
bitch. I'm
pantsuits.
ending it. I'm choking her with her own pantsuit, and never mind. All right, guys.
Guys, thank you very much.
Thank
This
you
was
so much for
episode 8
listening.
with Dave and Jay.
Cobra and Bond.
For life. Thank you for listening. Please like and subscribe if you're watching this thing on YouTube. And love you guys. And we'll talk to you next week.
Until next time. Bye-bye. Mwah.
Dave and Jay versus the world.